Experts believe his closest competitor is former state Senate Democratic leader Nan Rich. She's in Miami tonight. Rich, a former Senate minority leader, has been running for governor longer than Crist has been a Democrat. Her website claims she is the only pro-choice candidate for governor, but she lacks Crist's name recognition and money. Meanwhile, Republican Governor Rick Scott passed through the Bay Area earlier today, and News Channel 8's Melanie Michael joins us with that side of the story. Melanie?
Hey, Gail, good evening to you. You know, there's certainly an energy in the air today. It is, of course, primary day and election day, and everyone is heading to the polls. There's still a little bit of time left. We should tell you, we all know that Rick Scott is going to get the nomination, Republican nomination for governor. That is a given, but it did not stop him from campaigning, and we were there. Take a look.
Hi, Helen. This is Governor Scott. How are you doing?
It's primary day.
I am great. It's an exciting day. So, did you already get out to vote?
Governor Rick Scott spent his day thanking voters and volunteers across the state, stopping in cities all over Florida, including Tampa.
I'm very appreciative. We're going to have a big win today and in November.
It's no secret the incumbent will win the Republican nomination for governor, and experts maintain that Charlie Crist will be Scott's opponent. In fact, the governor told News Channel 8 Crist is very good at projecting a public persona, but when it comes to jobs and education, Scott claims Crist doesn't cut it.
Charlie didn't focus on jobs. Now, he gave a lot of good talks, but he didn't focus on jobs. On education, he cut education funding and he raised tuition. That was not good for our families. The most important thing is we have to have high standards. We need to be the #1 state for a child to get a great education, because that's where the future jobs are going to be tied to a great education system.
And back here live in Brandon, we are at a Republican watch party. It's set to kick off in about an hour or so, being hosted by State Senator Tom Lee. And you know, Rick Scott is putting a major push, as you just heard, on education, as he has during his administration. He said today, quote, "I have a huge job cleaning up the mess, Gail, that Charlie Crist left me."
Gloves are off, that's for sure, Mel. And we know Scott has long anticipated that Charlie Crist was the person who was going to be his opponent, or he thought so anyway. The party already spending an awful lot of money, aren't they?
A lot of money, Gail. We're talking about millions and millions of dollars even before the primary took place. Again, Scott saying that he wants to win this race. He will win this race, he says, and he's putting a lot of money into it. And again, this is just primary day. We haven't even gotten to the real election coming up in November, so we can see a lot more money being spent as the days and the months and the weeks go on.
All right, thank you. And of course, experts believe Florida voters could set a record this election for low turnout. Polls are still open, though, and we're going to have those election results for you throughout the evening right here on WFLA and on WFLA.com. Stay around for live team coverage tonight at 11.